Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. Within Black Prison Tower, amidst the quiet space that was filled with black haze, two figures were rapidly sucked in. One was a tumbling sky wolf, and the other was an Inksceptor beast, a three-tailed beast that was covered in scales and had 3 horns on its head. One was Sky Wolf Master, the other was Inksceptor Master. Both of them were truly ancestral figures among the demons, yet at that moment, both were imprisoned. Not good. Sky Wolf Master blinked. Just a moment ago, it had awoken from its illusion to give a sudden shout of objection. Inksceptor Master, who was by its side, was also frantic. Sky Wolf, what should we do? We have been imprisoned in that supreme true treasure Black Prison Tower. Inksceptor Master was panicking. Black Prison Tower. Sky Wolf Master looked around anxiously. The space ripples in here were totally cut off from the outside world. Teleportation. God country transportation. No. There was no way they could escape. I don't have any other bodies, Sky Wolf Master said, on edge. Done. This was truly a nightmare. It was needless to mention that for a Universe Supreme Master to be imprisoned in this supreme true treasure palace, there would be simply no chance for escape. If the two of them had other bodies, then there would be nothing much to fret over. Yet neither Sky Wolf Master nor Inksceptor Master were highly ranked Demon Universe Masters. Neither had any other bodies. If they did, then their status would naturally have been different. Even if they were suppressed within a supreme true treasure palace, with other bodies elsewhere, they could have simply self-destructed right away. That way, even if they lost their precious true treasures in the process of self-destruction, at least they could have ensured their survival. Wait! Sky Wolf Master shouted. We will wait for our chance. Dream Demon Ancestor is still out there. We still have a chance. I believe that Shock Demon Ancestor will rush over soon. By that time, our ancestors just have to snatch this Black Prison Tower away from the humans. Then we can get out of here. Right. Inksceptor Master was at his wit's end. There was only this way out now. Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Ancestor will surely come to our rescue. No. Loathsome. Just as the Demon Universe Masters were howling and Dream Demon Ancestor, who had rushed over at such a transcendent speed of flight, was roaring with rage, their enemy, the humans, were, on the contrary, exhilarated. Pengong Master, Darkness Master, Luo Feng, and a large group of Universe Masters were all smiles, and they were so happy that their heartfelt joy was second to none. The basic target has been achieved. Pengong Master exclaimed excitedly when they were back within the virtual universe. We have exterminated 1 Universe Master, caught 2 Universe Masters, Sky Wolf Master and Inksceptor Master, who are mere nobodies among the demons, so they are unable to escape no matter how they try. It takes such a long time for a rare occurrence of a Universe Master's annihilation, yet today, the demons lost 3 to us in an instant. If news gets out, those minor groups whose powers do not match up to the demons will naturally be scared out of their wits. We are able to cause the demons to lose 3 Universe Masters before their most powerful great being, Dream Demon Ancestor. So when it comes to dealing with those minor groups, exterminating them in one swift move should be a piece of cake. That's right. Our basic target has been achieved. Now, we can kill and capture as we please. The more we kill or capture, the more effectively it will work out for us. Luo Feng, Pengong, and Darkness were all very excited. The human race had Black Prison Tower and Yang Jun Rod. On top of these, they also had Luo Feng's treasure. This enabled the entire race to have 3 6th-tier Universe Masters. Even though they might lose out in terms of speed, in the overall battle, or at least when facing the demons 1-to-1, they still had an edge over the demons. But Luo Feng and the rest were aware that the inheritance of the Pulse of Duandong River was destined to attract various powers. The human race would have to face not only the demons, but many other groups, which was why they were under extreme pressure. If Dream Demon Ancestor alone could be so scary, What if there were 3 such figures approaching them? Or 5 Universe Supreme Masters? Most likely, one joint attack would sweep them away. Who knew? Maybe even Peng Gong Master would be sealed and suppressed. Regardless of the final outcome of this war, Luo Feng thought silently, from the very beginning, we will give our best in fighting the demons. Not only is this the first battle, but it is the battle of deterrence. We must unleash our best to deter the other powers from attacking. We have to let them think that there is possible danger behind them. If the humans seemed weak on the outside, the other groups would worry that the humans would be quickly defeated and would go under. Then it would be too late for them to reap any benefits, so they would all surge forward for the kill. But if the humans appeared to be terrifying, those groups would, firstly, be unwilling to pay such a hefty price, and, secondly, not be worried that the human race would be completely defeated by the demons, the automaton race, and the bug clan. Instinctively, they would just watch the show from the sidewalk. So long as the human race was given the chance for a breather, everything was possible. After all, as Luo Feng had explained to the other Universe Masters earlier on, this concerned all Universe Masters and Universe Supreme Masters. There was a possibility that at the critical moment, Darkness Master, Peng Gong Master, and Primal Chaos City Leader might just achieve a breakthrough. Once there was a breakthrough, the human race would have a greater chance. If I were to achieve a breakthrough from a Universe Master, the situation would be greatly different, Luo Feng said silently to himself. Now, only my original Earthling body and Golden Horned Beast body have extremely strong combat power. The moment I achieve a breakthrough from a Universe Master, Mosha body and Remote Ocean body will all possess the 6th-tiered combat power. By then, the situation for the human race will be greatly improved. 6th tier was the top. In the original universe, it was the strongest combat power possible. Reaching the level of 6th tier was difficult. It usually required a 5th tier top Universe Master with a supreme true treasure to achieve this top level. The human race only had a total of 3 5th tier top Universe Masters, Darkness, Peng Gong, and Primal Chaos City Leader. So even if there were 2 to 3 more supreme true treasures for the other Universe Masters like Ice Mountain Master and Longyang Master, they would not be able to unleash the power that a 6th tier top Universe Master could. Luo Feng had been lacking in his law comprehension earlier on, so even though he had Star Tower, he could still only unleash an extremely small portion of its power. Great Being and True Treasure had to come in a pair. This was the only way to achieve the 6th tier combat power. Luo Feng was different. He had created Nirvana Renaissance, which was a secret technique at the level of a Universe Supreme Master. So even without a Supreme True Treasure, he would still be able to unleash combat power that was at the level of a 6th tier top Universe Master. Dream Demon Ancestor is charging this way. That old fellow. The human race spotted Dream Demon Ancestor, who was charging toward them at an extremely crazy speed. I will stop him, Luo Feng said. Peng Gong and Darkness, both of you can continue dealing with that group of demons Universe Masters. Try hard to apprehend a few more. All right. All right. Peng Gong and Darkness had seen Luo Feng's ability earlier on. They had the utmost confidence in him. Behind Luo Feng, the 4 silver wings suddenly expanded. Then, mightily, as though they could cover half of the entire starlit sky, they brought Luo Feng up into midair where he was suspended with Blood Ghost Blade in his grip. His eyes were fixated on Dream Demon Ancestor, who was charging over at an extremely fast rate with murderous intention. At that moment, Dream Demon Ancestor was behaving like a lunatic, letting out piercing screams of rage. Luo Feng. Go. With a move of his mind, a gigantic boat of mausoleum appeared in midair and collided head-on with Dream Demon Ancestor, who was charging over at top speed and had no intention of slowing down at all. Because the boat of mausoleum had just been taken out, its internal engine was just starting to churn and retreated a little upon the impact of the collision. Right away, Luo Feng waved and retrieved the boat of mausoleum. Loathsome humans. Dream Demon Ancestor was still crazily in pursuit after the collision. It was simply too furious. Dream Demon Ancestor's snake head opened its mouth wide. A cyan-colored shadow flashed past the length of the sky and skimmed toward Luo Feng. In an instant, Luo Feng waved blood ghost blade firmly in his grip, and a thin blade ray was formed. It grew in size, and eventually, a large, black miniature universe was formed over that cyan shadow. The miniature universe split open. Streams of blade rays appeared in thin flashes to disappear the next moment. The cyan shadow, on the other hand, flew as fast as it could back into Dream Demon Ancestor's widely opened mouth. The two merely exchanged blows once. Dream Demon Ancestor kept his eyes on Luo Feng. What an impressive blade technique. A supreme true treasure, I suppose. Dream Demon Ancestor was deep in thought, devising a way to deal with Luo Feng. It realized that Luo Feng's blade ray had an extremely terrifying penetrating power. If the defining characteristic of Yang Jun Rod's power could be described as massive, then Luo Feng's blade's defining characteristic could be described as sharp. It was indescribably sharp. The four wings at Luo Feng's back spread out as he looked at Dream Demon Ancestor. Sixth tier was the top. It was, indeed, the limit as to how much power could be released within this original universe. My execution of Nirvana Renaissance has started to vaguely feel some obstruction, Luo Feng said discreetly to himself. I had not expected this so-called limit of the sixth tier to not exert its influence not only over Universe Supreme Masters, but also over Universe Knights and Universe Masters. Prior to this, within the entire original universe, there was not a single sixth-tier Universe Master. Even if there was a Supreme True Treasure, it would be owned by a Universe Supreme Master. At that moment, Luo Feng, Darkness and Peng Gong were all of the sixth-tier standard, and even so, they could still feel that layer of obstruction. Yes. This imposed restriction is the suppression exerted by the willpower of the original universe over Universe Supreme Masters, so that they were unable to achieve massive and mindless massacres, Luo Feng whispered to himself. But it was not so strong as to be able to make these Universe Supreme Masters weaker than Universe Masters. This is why, even for Universe Masters, the greatest power they could unleash was only to the limit of the sixth tier as the top. Previously, there were many rumors but no truths to back them up. Luo Feng, Darkness, and Peng Gong had all become sixth tier as the top Universe Masters, so they could clearly detect it. No way there could be a breakthrough, because once they got near, the obstruction they felt was far too great. Theoretically, for a true Universe Master, the sixth tier is the limit, Luo Feng said to himself. This is the case in the original universe, which is, in fact, considered quite an achievement. But I am different from them, which is why I am always at a loss. Generations of reincarnation eras. Finally, there was a unique existence like Luo Feng, who had received the inheritance of the pulse of Duan Dong River. Because he had Blood Ghost Blade. With Blood Ghost Blade, his power was elevated by one level. Extermination, created by 3 generations of ancestors. Once executed, his power would increase even more. So, if there was no obstruction, Luo Feng would now have really given his all, used extermination, and unleashed a 7th-tier combat power. Within the universe ocean, it was the power of an ordinary Universe Supreme Master. If he was able to reach the level of a Universe Master, then he would be able to unleash an 8th-tier combat power. What a pity that the original universe might be able to suppress the Universe Supreme Masters. But they were unable to suppress them to the extent that they would lose out against Universe Masters. After all, within Universe Ocean, Dream Demon Ancestors' combat power was close to the 8th-tier standard, whereas the maximum within the original universe was limited to 6th-tier combat power. Human, you loathsome fellow! Dream Demon Ancestor roared. If this was Universe Ocean, do you think you would be my match? With his hand grasping Blood Ghost Blade, Luo Feng gave a cold laugh and said, that was what virtual real devil god once said to double-face ancestral god. What a pity, indeed, that this is the original universe we are in. Luo Feng and Dream Demon Ancestor had only just started to exchange blows when, far into the distance, where the Demon Universe Masters were besieged, there was a sudden outburst of terrifying power. From within that palace supreme true treasure beside Prohibition Master, a beast with a serrated shell over its body was suddenly seen slowly crawling out of that palace true treasure. Right away, the Demon Universe Masters shouted in excitement, "Shock Demon Ancestor!" The Universe Masters were all thrilled to see Shock Demon Ancestor show up. Demon Ancestor! Demon Ancestor! They all shouted and tried to resist the attacks from the human race. They were in agony. One of them had died because of Luo Feng's move, which drove them back to the original universe. Yet in the original universe, they were too far from Dream Demon Ancestor. Shock Demon Ancestor moved slowly and glanced at the humans. At the same time, its body started to show an enormous amount of godly power and formed small, strange beasts. These strange beasts roared and resisted the attacks from the humans. Tumbling waves showed up in the sky, which came from a pinnacle domain-type true treasure, Mo Water River. However, they were immediately shattered by Golden Country and Snow Sand Ocean. Huh! Shock Demon Ancestor looked into the distance. In the distance, a giant silver wing covered half of the sky, and its owner was that young human man. The young man glanced at Shock Demon Ancestor. Shock Demon Ancestor, he said, this is my place. If you don't have a domain-type supreme true treasure, don't even bother. Luo Feng. Shock Demon Ancestor stayed there while the Universe Masters, who were severely injured, fled into the palace-type true treasures. They hadn't dared to flee before, as they feared that the Pinnacle Palace-type true treasure would be sucked into Black Prison Tower. However, Shock Demon Ancestor had now appeared, so they could simply enter the palace and recover first. After all, they had all prepared some precious valuables to cope with the dangers for this war, and they could recover their bodies in a short time. I thought you lost your wing, Luo Feng. Shock Demon Ancestor gazed at Luo Feng. Luo Feng smirked. I got it back. Naturally. A human who got the inheritance of Duan Dong River must be incredible. Shock Demon Ancestor looked relaxed, yet he was observing the situation. Regardless of the circumstances, the Universe Masters had hidden themselves, while he and Dream Demon Ancestor were safe. But suddenly, Shock Demon Ancestor was shocked. Supreme True Treasure, Black Prison Tower. And the manipulator is Darkness Master. Darkness Master is a human. Darkness Master, Pengong Master, and Luo Feng, all of them had powers at top tier level 6, which was the maximum power in the original universe. I have my wing, so I'm in control of the domain. Are you disappointed? Luo Feng stood in space, and his voice was transmitted throughout the domain. Pengong, Darkness, let's fight together and let that old guy Shockhorn know our power. Ha ha, okay. Kill. Pengong rushed forward while Darkness Master controlled Black Prison Tower, whose power surged and turned into gleaming white light, striking at Shock Demon Ancestor. Kill. Kill that old demon ancestor. Crush his shell. The 12 Universe Masters attacked at the same time. Dream Demon Ancestor was infuriated after seeing Shock Demon Ancestor being attacked by humans so relentlessly. Although it was easy for Shock Demon Ancestor to resist the attacks, he could only wield power at top tier level 6, so he was actually being bullied. Damn humans. Dream Demon Ancestor roared and sped up. She wanted to get around Luo Feng, and she was too fast for Luo Feng to stop her. The giant silver wing suddenly shook, and turned into a huge blade of light, sweeping across space and time, and turned into a black miniature universe, covering Dream Demon Ancestor. Suddenly, the black miniature universe exploded. A giant silver snake burst easily out of the miniature universe. Do you think you can stop me without a supreme true treasure? Dream Demon Ancestor glared coldly at Luo Feng, then turned into a phantom, and rushed toward Shock Demon Ancestor. I don't have enough godly power. Luo Feng shook his head. I was using the blade technique of a Universe Supreme Master. Shawu Wing is slightly weaker, so I can only use the power at top tier level 5. Luo Feng shook his wing and flew toward the two ancestors. Shock Demon Ancestor and Dream Demon Ancestor gathered. The giant silver snake and the sawtooth-shelled strange beast remained in the area. They could defend themselves against all the attacks from the humans. Their defense power is too strong. Dream Demon Ancestor has a supreme true treasure armor. As for that Shock Demon Ancestor, although he doesn't have a supreme true treasure armor, he's naturally good at defense, especially in the original universe. He can defend himself easily without any supreme true treasures. The humans immediately realized the problem. No matter how they hit the two ancestors, they couldn't injure them. However, if they wanted to escape, they could certainly achieve that, given their speed. Inside the virtual universe, in front of huge Axe Godly Palace. What should we do? Both of those demon ancestors are universe supreme masters, so we can't do anything to them. I think we should retreat. We've already achieved our goal of killing a universe master, and catching two universe masters. They suffered a great loss, and when the news spreads, those inferior powers will be intimidated. The prison race, the crystal race, and the lone universe supreme masters won't rush to attack us again. Retreat. The universe masters sat beside the bench and voiced their opinions. Boat of Mausoleum, said Luo Feng suddenly. Everyone turned silent. Are you sure you want to use that, Luo Feng? Peng Gong Master asked. Peng Gong Master was hesitant. So was Darkness Master. The other universe masters were confused, as they didn't know what Luo Feng meant by saying Boat of Mausoleum. They all knew that Boat of Mausoleum was a ship without any weapons to attack the outside. Only after the enemies entered Boat of Mausoleum would they know that the attack techniques equipped. However, everyone in Universe Ocean knew how terrifying it was, so nobody would enter it. Luo Feng. Ice Mountain Master asked. Luo Feng has a trump card, said Darkness Master. You'll find out later, brother. Do you really think it's time to perform it now, Luo Feng? Don't you want to wait until next time? I can perform it again next time, said Luo Feng. After all, the demon race will suffer a great loss. They won't tell the automaton race, or the bug race about this trump card. They will want others to suffer losses as well. Okay. Okay. Darkness Master and Peng Gong Master both nodded. What should we do? Asked Peng Gong Master. The universe masters from the demon race are hiding in that pinnacle palace type true treasure. We'll lure them out, said Luo Feng. Darkness Master and Peng Gong Master exchanged eye contact. Listen, said Darkness Master. When we're fighting. Just when the great beings had slight traces of their minds communicating with each other in the virtual universe, Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Ancestor started to make serious attacks after a short conversation. Go. Shock Demon Ancestor growled. All of a sudden, a giant black cone showed up. It was the supreme true treasure of Shock Demon Ancestor. It looked like the tip of Shock Demon Ancestor. Normally, that cone was merged with the tip of the tail so that it could be used as armor for protection. Shock Demon Ancestor was skilled in close combat. Now, he used that cone as a spiritual force weapon for even quicker combat. Crush Domain Cone formed a storm made by crushed space fragments. It was extremely quick. Crush Domain Cone hit Black Prison Tower. Black Prison Tower rolled back, while Crush Domain Cone continued toward Peng Gong Master, after neutralizing the shockwave. Suddenly, Dream Demon Ancestor opened his mouth. Damn human. A green phantom flew out and charged toward Peng Gong Master. Stop it. Stop that Crush Domain Cone. The universe masters from the human race hit Crush Domain Cone at the same time. However, the cone and the green phantom still flew toward Peng Gong Master, as if there were no resistance. Peng Gong Master bounced away regardless of his resistance. Annihilate. One green phantom and one black storm, they swept toward the 12 human universe masters and Darkness Master. Darkness Master drove Black Prison Tower and flew toward them. Black Prison Tower resisted the green phantom, but the black storm formed by Crush Domain Cone swept across the human universe masters. Stop them. Father. They were all trying to protect themselves. Fortunately, the 17 universe masters were all making attacks and resisted the power of the green phantom. Only Ice Mountain Master at the front was injured. The green phantom stopped. It was a green shuttle. Back. Go. Retreat. At the side of the Black Pyramid, the universe masters all flew into Black Prison Tower, as did Darkness Master. The Black Pyramid, Peng Gong Master, and Luo Feng started to flee like three streaks of light. Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Ancestor, who were the two supreme beings within the demon race, couldn't just let the human go. They had lost 3 universe masters, which was a tremendous loss. Ever since the demon race arose, they hadn't suffered from such a defeat, especially right in front of their faces. Do you really think you can run away? Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Ancestor turned into phantoms at the same time, and flew 100 times faster than light. Dream Demon Ancestor became a silver snake and stopped the human. At that moment, Universe Masters showed up beside Shock Demon Ancestor. They were the 9 Universe Masters who had been injured. Encircle the human. Shock Demon Ancestor ordered. Yes. Damn humans. All the Universe Masters besides Shock Demon Ancestor started their attacks. Illusions, soul attacks, and spiritual force weapon attacks. Even Luo Feng, Darkness Master, and Peng Gong Master found it difficult to resist them. Even though 3 of the Universe Masters were gone, they were the weakest ones. Now, the Demon Universe Masters cooperated and attacked, and it was horrifying. The space particles formed a black storm, and the tip was crushed domain cone. The Green Phantom rushed forward. God damn it. Dream Demon Ancestor turned into a phantom as well. An oval palace true treasure appeared above the humans. The crystal was floating and swallowing them. The demon race had already tried everything. If any humans got careless, they would be sucked in and sealed. Ha ha. You can't compare to us when it comes to seal-type true treasures. Darkness Master waved his hands, and a streak of black light appeared, flying toward the demon race. It got larger and became an enormous black pyramid, while an abyss extended out from the bottom of the pyramid. Its substantial swallowing power hit the demon race. Be careful. Shock Demon Ancestor transmitted his voice. Don't leave my protection area. Yes. Yes. Sky Wolf and Mo who were sucked in because we were encircled. The Demon Universe Masters weren't scared at all. Even without Shock Demon Ancestor, they could resist the swallowing power as long as they cooperated, not to mention being protected by Shock Demon Ancestor. Human Universe Masters appeared at the edge of the abyss at the bottom of Black Prison Tower. Demon Race. Die, Demon Race. Ice Mountain Master, Long Yang Master, and the others rushed toward the abyss and attacked, including Darkness Master. There were 13 of them, and there were 17 godly bodies. 9 godly bodies attacked the Demon Universe Masters, and 8 godly bodies attacked Shock Demon Ancestor. Humph. Shock Demon Ancestor's godly power evaporated and turned into countless strange beasts, resisting the attacks. At the same time, he drove Crush Domain Cone to hit Black Prison Tower. Under the swallowing power of Black Prison Tower and the attacks from Human Universe Masters, even he had difficulties. The Black Storm hit Black Prison Tower, causing Crush Domain Cone to roll in the particles. Black Prison Tower was blasted away too, and the Human Universe Masters had to stop attacking. Luo Feng and Peng Gong Master were holding Blood Shadow Blade and Yang Jun Rod, as they fought Dream Demon Ancestor. Luo Feng's Blood Shadow Blade was incredibly sharp, while Yang Jun Rod was heavy. Even Dream Demon Ancestor, who used all his techniques, he was still suppressed. Luo Feng's Blood Shadow Blade hit the tail of Dream Demon Ancestor again. Go. Luo Feng waved his hands. Boat of Mausoleum showed up in the sky, which raced toward Shock Demon Ancestor. Useless. Shock Demon Ancestor led the 9 Universe Masters and dodged that boat easily. The disadvantage of Boat of Mausoleum was already well known. Although it was unbreakable, it couldn't attack. Black Prison Tower sank, and the 13 Universe Masters, totaling 17 godly bodies, started to make attacks as Black Prison Tower pressed down. Get away. Shock Demon Ancestor controlled Crush Domain Cone and resisted it. At that moment, a blast resounded. Shock Demon Ancestor didn't even care about that. Instead, it dodged the boat. Boat of Mausoleum swept across the Demon Universe Masters, and the Universe Masters being attacked by 7 bodies were all sucked into Boat of Mausoleum. Boat of Mausoleum flew away. Shock Demon Ancestor and the remaining 3 Demon Universe Masters were all dazed, then infuriated. No! Shock Demon Ancestor roared. Human, human, human. Forbidden Master, Blood Chisel Master, and Scorched Catfish Master were also furious. Shock Demon Ancestor drew the remaining 3 Universe Masters back to the Pinnacle Palace, and it sped up, rushing toward Boat of Mausoleum. Shock Demon Ancestor had fully lost his mind. He even forgot that he couldn't break Boat of Mausoleum. Dream Demon Ancestor realized what had happened. No. Human, human. Dream Demon Ancestor cried and sped up, charging at Boat of Mausoleum. Peng Gong Master, Luo Feng, and Darkness Master looked at each other and smiled. No. 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 Shock Demon Ancestor caught Boat of Mausoleum immediately. He drove Crush Domain Cone to hit Boat of Mausoleum, turning the space around him into particles. The shock even extended to the interlayers. Shock Demon Ancestor and Crush Domain Cone kept hitting the boat. Break, break, break. Shock Demon Ancestor was furious and regretful. The mix of those two emotions made him attack Boat of Mausoleum again and again madly. Dream Demon Ancestor was also furiously hitting Boat of Mausoleum. However, neither of them could stop the boat. Shock Demon Ancestor transmitted his voice to the 3 Universe Masters in the palace. What happened? I only felt a mighty mind shock. In the palace, Forbidden Master and the other 2 were sitting on the plane, as they hadn't recovered from what just happened. They heard the voice of Shock Demon Ancestor resound on the plane. We were attacked by the human universe masters. We put all our efforts and we didn't have any other defense, said Forbidden Master as he lowered his head. His eyes were gleaming with a furious golden light. Boat of Mausoleum flew toward us, and suddenly, a terrific mind shock hit us. Blood Chisel Master, Scorch's Catfish Master, and I had powerful minds, so we could stay conscious and resisted that swallowing power. I also saw it. A strange beast with bloody scales on it said, the gate of Boat of Mausoleum was open when it flew toward us, giving out an incomparably powerful mind shock. Besides, we were attacked by the human universe masters, and beneath that shock, even I could just barely stay conscious. As for the others, they instantly lost control and got sucked in. Mind shock. Did the human race bring the black-striped stone pillar in? Shock Demon Ancestor and Dream Demon Ancestor stopped attacking, as they couldn't do anything to Boat of Mausoleum. Damn it. Dream Demon Ancestor couldn't have been angrier. We brought 12 Universe Masters this time. The most powerful 2, Forbidden and Blood Chisel, resisted it. Scorched Catfish had a powerful mind. 5 of the Universe Masters have multiple bodies, so they'll self-destruct soon to save their lives. We lost 6 Universe Masters this time. And lots of true treasures. Dream Demon Ancestor and Shocked Demon Ancestor were furious. There were 12 of them, 1 of whom was killed, and 8 were captured. Fortunately, 3 of them could self-destruct and flee. Boat of Mausoleum flew into the distance, followed by Black Prison Tower. The humans are all hiding in Black Prison Tower. What should we do? Dream Demon Ancestor and Shock Demon Ancestor couldn't do anything about it. It would be a waste of time to hit Black Prison Tower. They could only see the gate open again, while they didn't dare to fly in. Black Prison Tower flew into the gate. This video will end here.